today I'm going to show you some basics of the sewing machine. The one I'm going to be showing you is actually the same model that we use at school. I literally brought it home from the classroom, and hopefully we'll get a chance to work on them a bit. But if you don't have a sewing machine at home, at least you can learn some of the basics of using it. And if you do have a sewing machine at home, yours is probably similar and have a lot of the same parts. It might not look exactly the same, but this should be helpful to you. And I encourage you to give it a try, of course, with parental permission. Here's my teacher's assistant, Shadow. I'm sure he'll be very helpful today. One of the first things you'll want to know is how to turn it on. Always make sure that the cord is plugged in first and then you plug it into the outlet. But really don't turn the machine on until you're all set. Okay, so here is the on-off button. The next thing is the foot pedal. Okay, foot pedal, be careful because they can break easily, especially the connection to the cord. That part can go bad very quickly, as can this part right here. So you always want to pick up the foot pedal by the foot pedal itself and put it down on the floor carefully and in this direction. Okay, now staying on this side, this is the hand wheel. You'll want to use the big outer wheel right here. Okay, and you're going to turn it towards you. Okay, so always turn it towards you or counterclockwise. So I'm going to turn the machine on. Okay, when the light's on, you know that the machine is on, unless your bulb has burned out. Now, watch what happens when I turn the hand wheel. Of course, turning it towards me. The needle is going up and down. Okay, when you turn the hand wheel, that makes the needle go up and down manually. That can give you a lot of control. And we want to use the hand wheel in certain situations, like when we need to do a couple careful stitches. Now, of course, the foot pedal can also make the machine go, of course, much faster. When you use the foot pedal, don't put your foot really heavy on it. Okay, it's kind of like driving a car. You want to have a lot of control, so make sure that you go lightly on it. Now, let's say you need to go in reverse. There will be times when we need to do that. This is the reverse button. You're going to hold it in with your left hand and turn the hand wheel still towards you or counterclockwise, and that'll make the needle still go up and down, but underneath here there's something that makes the machine go in reverse. Again, there's the reverse button. Moving up, the length selector, that's how long your stitches are. I usually keep it set at about 3, which is not a very, very small stitch. There's times when you want to change it. That is the stitch selector. That gives you the different types of stitches. As you can see, there's a whole bunch, but we generally use the B stitch. Hey, Oscar. All right, moving up. Up here is the spool pin. We actually have 2 on this machine. That is where you actually would sit a spool of thread. So that'll come in handy later. We'll actually put that on there later. Okay. Moving on over here, this little part right here, that is called the take-up lever. Now the take-up lever is going to make the thread go through the machine. Check it out. When I turn the hand wheel, or if I use the foot pedal, it's going to go up and down. If your machine is not threaded properly, then the machine will not work very well and you'll have a weird clicking noise. So it's very important to make sure that your thread is through the take-up lever. Moving on over here, we have the tension. That's how tight the thread goes through your machine. The thread would go down through here and all the way down to the needle. Now I'm going to tell you right now, don't be my next horror story, okay, by sticking your finger in there when it's sewing. Apparently, years ago, before I taught at Solanco, and there was a different teacher, a 6th grade boy, for some reason, not sure why, decided to put his finger under here when it was sewing. Again, I don't know why. That would be pretty much a doofus move in my opinion. Well, anyway, long story short, the needle went the whole way through his finger and broke off, and he had to go to the emergency room with the needle still in his finger, which I can imagine was very painful and also embarrassing. So definitely keep your fingers out of the danger zone, keep them back here. Okay, let's get a close-up look here. This right here is called the presser foot. Okay, very important part that holds your fabric in place. And to get it down, to hold your fabric in place, we use the presser foot lever right here. So you lower it down gently. You do not want to flick it down like that. That's loud, it's annoying, and it can damage the machine if you do that a lot. So hold it between your fingers, lower gently. And now you can see it'll hold your fabric in place. Pick it back up to release your fabric. You'll see underneath, actually. Watch what happens if I use the foot pedal. And this will go for the hand wheel too. See, there's something under there moving the direction of it. Okay, now below, in here, this is the bobbin case. Now that'll come out, and what goes in there normally is a bobbin. Okay, and I'll show you how to thread those eventually. That's not something we usually do in class, but since we have the time here, I will show you how to do it. Okay, so those are the basic parts of the machine. Okay, there's other knobs and things that you're not gonna have to worry about. For instance, like that holds the needle on, you know, this little knob holds the presser foot on. But those are the general parts.